Hello YouTube, welcome back to the shop. On this episode of What's in Yours, I will be replacing a front flat tire on the Joyor model ER8 scooter. Let's get started. For this repair, we will need a bicycle pump, a 5mm Allen wrench, another 5mm Allen wrench for a backup, and then also a replacement inner tube 200 by 50 from Joyor, purchased off of Amazon. Now the reason why I'm replacing this tire, because when you pick a fight with the curb more than likely is always going to win. Alright, so now this particular Joyor scooter model has only one motor, 500 watt motor, and that's rear drive. So replacing this front tire is going to be pretty much straightforward. You're going to have 4 5mm screws in the front, and then one 5mm bolt that goes through the forks here. So what you're going to have to do is to pull the tire, you're going to need 2 5mm Allen wrenches, and you're going to need one for a backer. So you can remove this. Now this pin that goes through here, when you pull it out, you're going to have these spatial washers fall out. There's one on each side. Then also take note that inside the rim, there is also a collar that you're going to need to recenter in the middle of this when reassembling the scooter. These 4 5mm Allen bolts once those bolts are removed, the rim splits apart, and this is the metal collar that sits in the middle. Then we have the tube on the inside. We just simply do pull the tube, and of course this tube does not hold air, and it's a little bit cheap filling with the rubber. And then we're going to fit this one right back inside here. The tube is inside. Now what's going to help you with the installation and make sure that you do not pinch the inner tube when putting the two pieces of the rim back together is to put a little bit of air in the tube and go ahead and get that filled up. Not all the way, just partially. All right, we have the tube partially filled up in there. And then what we're going to do is reassemble. Now what you want to do is just put this collar and center it in the middle, and then take the other half of the rim, line it up, and then once you put the 5mm screws back in, it's going to sandwich that collar in the middle in place so it doesn't move around on you. Now take note too that you do not want to overfill the inner tube, because you won't be able to squeeze it together enough to put these screws back in.
And if that collar moves around on you, no big deal. Stick your Allen wrench in there and recenter it up until you get all the screws tight. Okay, we have all the screws tightened down. Now we're going to put the rim back on the forks. The tire back on the forks. You're going to grab one of these spacers and the bolt that goes through the rim, and you're just going to start it on one side and just kind of let it hang there. Then you're going to want to put that through like that, and then you're going to take this other spacer and you're just going to line it up on the other side where you're centered of the hole, and then you're going to take this last bolt and you're just going to get it started. Then you're going to want to use the two 5mm Allen wrenches and tighten this back up. All right, we have that tightened back up. The tire is back on, and then we're going to reinflate this tire to 36 psi. Okay, we have the tire filled up to 36 psi, and we are good to go. Now we can get back on the road. All right, that was a straightforward and easy repair, considering that we didn't have a motor on the front of this scooter. There's a lot of scooters out there that are running with 8-inch tires, and as long as there's not a motor on that tire, it makes doing a flat repair a pretty straightforward and easy thing to do. Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, hit the bell notification button, and until next time, ride safe.